We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Hey, what's happening, good people? Hertz back with some more SvM, some more Spies versus Mercs multiplayer action. You can see up on the screen right now. We've gone back to a little SvM Blacklist gameplay. I know it's been 3 episodes of the Classic. For the Classic fans out there, I'm sure y'all were happy with that. This, however, is not new footage. So you guys that are pleased to see the Blacklist back, for you guys that have been recommending kits and loadouts for me, you're not going to see any of that here, simply because I haven't had a lot of time to get on, and in some regards, haven't had a great desire to get on. And I don't want you guys to take that the wrong way. It's just, after 10 months. And with limited maps, I start to get the feeling of been there, done that when I get on here and play this game. And I hope some of you can understand that. It's not to say that this is ending here on the channel. It's the most popular stuff I do. So I want to try and keep you guys watching, keep you guys happy. And I will be getting on there to try and get some new footage. Just right now, the other reason is I'm trying to wrap up a few other projects, Thief and Rust, and try and get into some new stuff in anticipation of Watch Dogs, as it's coming out here very shortly, and hopefully some of you guys that really just stop by to watch the SvM will check out some of that Watch Dogs as well once I get that series rolling, and maybe tune in for some of the multiplayer when I finally get to that. I have a tendency to dive into single player content first, when I play a game. And eventually, it was the same with this. I focused on the walkthrough first, then got into some SvM. But you know what? Again, I hope some of you guys aren't disappointed, but it really is just the case. I'm just trying to be straight up with y'all. It really is just the case that sometimes I just don't feel like getting on here. I feel like I've played quite a bit of this game, and the maps, although great, are somewhat limiting, it's just, there was no real support given in DLC. I wish there had been. I wish there had been a map pack released, even just an old map pack, a map pack of the old maps redesigned, maybe modernized a little bit. There's some old greats that could have come back and played a part of this game, and they were just, there was nothing done, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, let's get into this round here. With that said, and hopefully, again, I didn't want to be a buzzkill, but I want to be straight up with you guys, That's where I'm coming from right now. But again, I will try and get on and try and get some more footage, and hopefully, who knows, maybe a little break from the game will do me good, and I'll be revitalized once I get back in there. So let's take a look right now, here and now. It's the old faithful loadout. Yes, it's the ghillie suit, Mac 11, 5.7 pistola, sonar goggles, RFD disruption, takedown gloves, ID blocker pants, and my whisper boots, and of course the EMP grenades in there as well. Now this, at this point, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I thought that I could actually get up onto that rafter, and now I'm all buggered, and I'm still trying to get up. Finally, I'm just forced to kind of settle in against the wall, but I think at this point I've really blown any opportunity I had to get into a better location. As you can see, a disruptor has already entered the area with a little bit of backup as well, because that's not him. That's old Wars there. Pistola in hand. He is an adrenaline suit, wearing adrenaline glitching at times in this round in particular. I did notice, you will see it if you pay close attention. There are times when he has the pistola out and he's killing guys, and it's coming up as a shotgun marker. Now that wasn't the case, and because he's rotating back and forth, it seems like it's going on and off. The glitch, the adrenaline glitch, the pistol glitch, I don't know what you guys call it. I don't have my ear to the ground as far as glitches go with any game. It's just not something of any great concern of mine. The only time I'm really concerned is when guys are doing it to me. Anyway, I get a little slice and dice on Wars, which was good. I had to end that streak. I put that streak because that was his first death. I think he'd gone on like an 11-0 run there. So he was getting out of control, with that ACS-12. The adrenaline glitch early on, it was coming into play. It was coming into play a couple times. But again, I don't know if he was actually doing it intentionally or not. Admittedly, it can happen accidentally. It can. Especially, with a guy like Wars, who I think is really aggro, really you know, extreme runner gunner. You know, obviously with that ACS-12 and the adrenaline suit, you're gonna be an extreme runner gunner. I could see perhaps him spawning and jacking the adrenaline in, swapping over the pistol for the extra speed boost that that's gonna provide, and or mobility boost, you know. But I don't know. I'm not gonna linger on it too long. I'll let you all be the judge when it's all said and done. If you pay that close attention to the kills as they're rolling in and what's happening elsewhere on the screen. You don't see it too closely during my encounters with him, but it is happening. It has been happening. Anyway, I get a nice little slice and dice on Ankh. The pressure is on. There's quite a bit of activity playing out in this sector. Finally, I managed to track down that that intel device, and here we go. There's Wars one more time, getting a little execute on my man SvM Blue, but I get a little slice and dice. I avenge him, and I put Wars down for a second time, and that was really, you know, that was really needed. Anyway, I'm starting this hack fresh at this point, and I have a nice little run here with it. You can see I'm already moving into my in and out position. The one really, well, I guess that you could, perhaps you could work the perimeter as well, over by the fence and the gate. There could be some options over there. I'm not really sure. I haven't spent much time over there, but this really seems to be the one in and out that's a really viable option here, you know. And you're going to see me actually really do some scrambling here shortly. I've settled in here nicely. It's good that the team, it looks like they're putting up, or at least making an effort to put up a wide perimeter here. Pinch the mercs off at the doorways, which is nice to see. And SvM Blue doing a great job getting two necks over there, slicing and dicing on two people. Ankh and Triple H, or I think it was actually Quadruple H, but Wars comes on in with his ACS-12, putting down Juicy. Sideem puts down Sealmeister, but Wars still on the warpath, putting down SvM Blue, stopping that streak short, and he moves right into the area here. Pistol in hand. He did have the pistol in hand, and there it is. You see up there, right-hand corner, the shotgun marker for, that's an adrenaline glitch kill, you know. Any way you slice it, the proof's right there. Again, whether he's doing it intentionally or not, I don't know. Anyway, Juicy comes rushing in here. Really, he almost blew my cover completely, entirely. Almost got me killed outright there. It's nice to see that SvM Blue was charging on in. He draws some of the attention his way, and I'm forced to scramble again on an in and out, and I'm being tracked here. Ankh is tracking me pretty nicely. Pistola in hand, comes my way. Shotgun coming out. He reloads it, puts a few shots my way as well. I'm forced to get back in bounds, and straight out of bounds one more time, you know. So I'm grabbing this this terminal 1% at a time here at this point, as I'm forced to scramble yet again, and out I go. I just wasn't comfortable back there, but this, eventually my luck does run out, as Ankh finally does. He finally does track me down, puts a shotgun blast right into the side of my head, sends me packing, spits on my corpse, curses my name, and moves on his way. Yes. And War is still going to town with that ACS-12 / adrenaline glitch. There he is, rushing in there. You saw it. Pistola in hand, and he had just pulled in a shotgun kill with his pistola again, you know. So it's happening. Again, don't know if it's intentional or not. He brings in some pretty big numbers, but I think a lot of it perhaps had to do with him glitching out like that, you know. But again, I mean, the adrenaline glitch, to me, it doesn't do too much, you know. He's wielding that ACS-12. That's reason enough to fear him. You know, if he's glitching it out, then you have even more reason, right? Anyway, here he comes. He's charging in. I'm not in a great location here. Again, I'm trying to mix things up in some of these sectors, and that was kind of my thinking here. I really wasn't expecting guys to come flooding through that doorway, but you know what? Two of them were coming around there, perhaps chasing their prey in the room, and Wars puts me down there pretty solidly. Catches me napping. I'm pretty sure he actually had his shotgun out that time, and was actually put me down proper, you know. So he is going back and forth between it, and that's what makes me think, again, maybe it's unintentional, you know. Anyway, let me grab a sip of my tea. We're running out of time. I've only got, all we have at this point is that 90% A terminal. We still have yet to bring in a full one. 90% was the best I could do, and that was with some massive scrambles. And we're running out of time quickly here. Minute, closing in on the minute mark. Looking to get a neck here on Ankh, I do believe is who this is. Get a little revenge on him, but quickly get put down by Quadruple H. Triple H Senior. Putting me down, gunning me down. And sending me back and sending me to the next life. But it gives our hacker here on A little extra time with this terminal, you know, as we've been tying up the mercs. I managed to put down Ankh, so I thinned the ranks. And And we were literally tying them up over there. And you can see we have a strong presence now. All 4 of us coming in. Juicy falls pretty quickly, though, from some fire from the old Sealmeister there. S-Man Blue putting down Wars. That's nice to see. But Sealmeister's picking up the slack where Wars would have been getting the job done. Now Sealmeister is doing it for him. And Ank picking up the slack as well, putting down the hacker, and then putting down me. So the Mercs having a great run out here, really keeping things on lockdown in these dying seconds of this round. We're stopped short there at 50%, so it looks like the 90% is about all we're going to get at this point, with time really ticking down. I'm going to make, when I come back to life, I'll be making a quick run for whichever terminal is closest, but I just don't think at this point I'm going to be able to get there in time. You know, especially with this duct work I'm going to have to do. It's slowing me down 2 seconds, and I just can't get there. I can't get my feet on the ground in time, and there it is, 90%. My God, we're going to have a rough go here on the Merc side of things, trying to keep things on lockdown. Goddamn. Anyway, 10 and 10. You know, even Steven Saidin, pretty good up there. Myself, 6 and 6. I mean, was really kept in check. I did grab that 90%. Look down at the wars there. You know, 3 defense, 28 and 6. Some adrenaline glitching definitely taking place. Again, don't know if it's intentional or not, but I don't know. You guys can be the judge. Anyway, here I come in here. We've seen this loadout before. It's been a while though since we've had it up here on the channel. We did have one man leave the game. That's going to make it's bad, especially since we need to defend against, defend against no more than 89%, you know. But it makes room for the old gun nut who's going to come storming in here shortly. You're going to see him arrive. So let's take a quick look at this run. We'll do a quick rundown on this loadout. Actually, let's call the action here. As you can see, there's a big charge. There's a lot of activity coming down this loading bay. And I'm not a big fan of seeing Juicy in the spawn the way he is, but at that point in time, just because I knew there was a lot of activity, it was nice to have a little bit of backup there. I did manage to put down Wars, which was nice, but Sealmeister taking advantage of the situation, coming in really quietly, well, came in cloaked and quiet and caught me on the flank and stuck me. He stuck me good. Yes, he did. But eventually he falls to a little... I don't know, maybe it was U-100 or MG4 fire from who put him down? Saidim, yes, probably in the C sector as Sealmeister moved in after getting a neck, moved in for the hack. Gun Nut has arrived. Let's take a quick look at this loadout while I have the time. It is the adrenaline suit. Again, we've seen this before. SAS G12, RFD vision, flash protection visor, armored gloves, pocket pants. Pocket pants, I love saying that. Running shoes, and in my pockets I've got plenty of grenades, plenty of nades with both frags and VX gas, you know. So we have us looking at the map, looking at the way the guys are set up right now. We do have a strong presence out there on A, and I come moving in on the C terminal, knowing this is probably the hole I need to fill. And moving in, it was just good timing, you know. There was really, through the process of elimination, I had to figure he's probably, whoever the hacker is, Wars, is probably over here somewhere. I take a little guess. I noticed a little discrepancy in the color scheme in that corner. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I put a shot his way, and it paid off. And I put him down. And I put that hack to rest. Anyway, Sealmeister lurking in the rafters. He didn't stand too much of a chance there. Too many mercs firing his way with too many shotguns, yes. And I come charging out, making a quick run to A. You got to figure, I got to be on my toes here. We can't let them get their teeth sunk into any of these terminals here, you know, because we can't let them get deep on them. If they get deep, if they get set up, we're beat. So you're going to see a lot of kind of premature anticipations, a lot of runs to terminals as the other hack is winding down, so I can try and cut things off and before it really gets started, you know. Anyway, I catch a Sealmeister coming into the area, so that's at least one defender shut down who's not going to be posing a problem. Gun Nuts, you know, takes one for the team there as he exposes the hacker's location, and I managed to put down Wars, which is, you know, which needs to be done. Don't know how great a spy he is. I mean, he's okay. He can hold his own, but he's certainly a much better merc, and especially when he's glitching, you know. And carrying that damn ACS-12 of death. But anyway, and here you go. You saw, I kind of just, I dropped the VX gas and do a quick run for the C terminal, looking to keep things on lockdown for as long as we can. You can see the remnants. That's a gun nut mine. If I've ever seen one in play, that's a gun nut mine, putting down a spy. And so Gun Nut doing a great job, keeping things on lockdown there. When we needed it, you know, when we needed it. But here we go. There's quite a bit of activity You know, from my side of things, the Mercs, they're packed thick on A. I did get a zap. You heard it. I don't know if you all heard it, but the one did come my way. I thought it was coming from the van. I put a little fire up there. It could have been Sealmeister, you know. It could have just been him coming out the vent on the other side, doubling back. I could have a couple of guys here. It's going to be confirmed that I will. Yeah, there we go. Second man rushing in. Second man confirmed rushing in. It's Wars. Really overconfident run there. You know, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he didn't see me, if he was looking the other way. But I did type in C. I knew I was about to get swarmed here. You know, you figure if there's a couple of guys, if there's one or two of them, there's going to be more. And Gun Nut does answer the call for help. You know, answer the call for backup. He moves into the area. So we're strong here, but there is still, though, at least one. There's still Sealmeister here somewhere. I don't know where he is, and there we go. My God, sir, my God, Sealmeister. I don't know how he got up there. He made a stellar approach, Couldn't quite finish, couldn't pull off the death from above, and gave his position away to my RFD vision with his cloaking, with his ghillie suit. But you know what? He made a great approach there, quietly, without drawing any attention to himself. And I got a little lucky spotting with the RFD. And again, getting a little lucky here spotting Wars as he gets the sack going. And I shut it down at the 7% mark, really trying to keep things, and successfully doing it, you know, keep things on lockdown, you know. Keep things from getting out of control. Now, with the B sector, I've always considered the B sector, for this map in particular, I mean, the Spies will make an attempt for it, but often in a case like that where it only pulls in a short amount of a small amount of intel, a lot of Spies won't try and get that deep on the map again, you know. So look, keep an eye out for the outer perimeter, and that's precisely what happens here. On one of the other two terminals is picked up. C is picked up in this instance. Sealmeister with his cloaking suit, with his ghillie suit, giving his position away one more time. And you know what? Had he come over the rafters, had he come over that divider on me, he probably could have had the death from above before I set up. He does opt to go after the Gun Nut, though, and again, the Gun Nut takes one for the team as he follows to Sealmeister's blade. Really my fault there, because I was tracking the man. I just couldn't put him down, and so I got the hacker, and then I followed up with a great kill on an overconfidently charging Wars again. I don't know what he was thinking, you know. And right here, amazingly, I followed that. I was well aware of the man as I came around the corner, and I think I made mention of this in a video. I think it was on Uranium Mine with this weapon in particular. I find this weapon, you know, it can be really finicky. You know, if you're not right on the mark with this sucker, especially against those charging, kind of slightly zigzagging, those cloaked, slightly zigzagging, charging Spies, you know, with this weapon, or I would imagine with most of the kind of the semi-auto shotguns, right? It can be, if you're not hitting, if you don't hit square, you're only winging the guy, or missing outright, you know, trying to track that RFD box. You know, that's where you're gonna have some problems with this weapon, and I did, and you saw I fell. I took a knife to the, I don't know, to the kidney, to the heart, then the lung, and then he slit my throat, cracked my neck to go along with it, you know. Did a little bit of everything to me there, put me down. Anyway, this head gets a little deep here, 38%. We eventually shut down most of the opposition. There may still be one man lurking in the area, I'm not really sure, but things are looking pretty good. We do have a bit of a presence out here, and I figure, you know what, I'm going to anticipate, I'm going to make a run for this C terminal and get ready for the respawns, you know. So that's what I do, but unfortunately, as I leave, as Sideem here spawns, I don't know how the man got in here, got through both Juicy and Gun Nut's perimeter, but Anki did. He threaded a needle, he split the uprights, he got in there and picked that hack up one more time. This time they got it nervously deep, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they did. They got it a little too deep there, a little more than was comfortable, you know. 51%, you can see the Sealmeister coming in low. That could have been the route that Anki used, you know. Good job threading the needle there. Looking to pick that hack up one more time and carry it to the 91% mark rather than the 51% mark. But I shut her down, you know. I shut her down. Didn't want it happening. And now, kind of a late run into the C sector. And you have to imagine any of the spawners are probably, if they're moving for the C terminal, are probably in there, you know. So here we go, and I wasn't the only one with this idea. You can see over there, somebody's moving in with me. I think it's the Gun Nut, yeah. Moving in parallel with me there. And of course, look at this. They wait for us again. They waited for us to in this instance, they waited for us to just leave, abandon the A terminal altogether, because it wasn't just myself and Gunnut. Juicy and Sideem left as well. They do come in and make quick work of a couple of the defenders, but the hack is still going. Sealmeister, apparently, he's had enough at the minute-and-a-half mark, decides to leave the round. You know what? That's kind of he should have rode it out. You know, he really should have rode it out there. They still stand a great chance of bringing in this victory. You know, the game is certainly not over yet, especially with this hack running, with quadruple H here, hidden away somewhere, tucked away nicely. Not sure where. It looks like Gunnut's dealing with him, and there it is. Gunnut putting down quadruple H, stopping this hack at the 39% mark. We're at about a minute here, and I catch Wars coming in, quickly trying to pick that hack up one more time. He knows he's running out of time if he wants to get the job done. If he wants to take the intel to the 90% mark, he knows he's got to rush, you know. So you watch out for him when he comes back to life. You know he's going to be playing hard, looking for one of those terminals, you know. Anyway, again, it's time to scatter. They've really been focusing on A. I know Sideem's down here, but I figured I'd offer him a little backup. You had to figure eventually they have to try somewhere else. They're going to realize that things just aren't panning out for them at A. With time winding down, they're going to have to do something. And I shut down Wars as he's slicing and dicing on Sideem. So he's doing a pretty good job over here on the spy side of things, you know, as well. And again, I just want to note, you know, he was doing it. There's no denying the fact. The proof is there. He was glitching. Whether he's doing it intentionally or not, well, that's for you all to decide. Not for me. Not for me. And here we go. 10 seconds left. I'm feeling really good. Amazingly, we managed to weather this storm. And somebody coming out of the B sector, you got to figure he should have had the hack going if he was spawning down here. You know, I did notice that we had one or two guys working their way through the Spies main spawn. I never like seeing that, but it does happen. It does happen. As long as they're not just, you know, hunting there permanently, a permanent fixture. With this map in particular, it's not too bad. You know, maybe they get one kill, but if anybody moves through that outer spawn, it actually gives the Spies the upper hand, because then they spawn deep on the, you know, sometimes they'll spawn as deep as the laboratory and have a great route into a great path into the virus vault, into the B sector. But it just didn't pan out for them there. A pretty close round when you think about it. Not a lot of intel brought in on either side. Wars was really keeping things on lockdown on that Merc side of things, you know. So 90% to 51%. I'll take a look at my numbers here first. 4 defense for myself, 21 and 8. Pretty solid considering. Sideem did a great job there, 19 and 15. Juicy there, 16 and 20. Pretty respectable. Gunnut coming in a little late, you know, playing his role though, doing the part. 2 defense for him. He only brought in the 5 kills. He fell 5 times, but on 2 of those occasions, at least from my point of view, his death revealed the hacker's location. I was able to capitalize on the situation and shut down the hacks. So give him 2 defense, plus at least 2 death defense as well. Wars there, you know, 3 defense for him, 37-21. You know, big numbers. There's no denying it. Big numbers. ACS 12 though, and was doing some glitching. Again, don't know if it was intentional or not. Ank there, 2 defense for him, 8 and 14. Things getting a little out of control. And who was the guy that left? I mean, there's Triple H there. 5 and 13, not great, but Sealmeister was the other guy, and he rage quitted at some point, or just decided he'd had enough at about the minute and a half mark with about a minute and a half left in the complete round. So guys, thanks for stopping by, tuning in, and checking out this video. I will make an effort to keep this content running here on the channel, despite what I said at the start. You know, I still want to be able, you know, it's nice to have the community, or a piece of the community, come over and check out the things I'm doing. And it is kind of the most popular stuff I do here on the channel. It's beginning to, you know, it's becoming a little bit too routine. And it's just, I don't know, maybe the thrill of it is starting to wear off on, you know, it's starting to disappear, you know. So we'll see. But I will, for the immediate future, I will try and bring in some new footage, and also try and get some of those kits up here and loadouts that people had recommended, you know. So until next time, be sure to check out the Watch Dogs content when it rolls out here on the channel. Hopefully y'all are getting a copy as well. That game looks like it's going to be just epic, you know, or a great experience anyway. So make sure you stop by my channel on the 27th, 28th. I'll pick up I'll start up that single player campaign walkthrough, let's play. We'll have a good time with it. We'll have some laughs. We'll have some moments of jaw-dropping awe when I pull off, you know, some great stuff. It'll be completely by chance, but it will happen. You know, it will happen. It will happen. And look forward for some more SVM when it finally does arrive here on the channel sometime next week. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for stopping by. Until next time, remember why it hurts. Later.